Chuck could tell that Linda's celebrity was up. Linda had ceased to be as amenable to his wishes. She didn't take his orders nearly as much or as well, and she had become more trouble than she was worth, according to Chuck.
We were not getting along very good, and she met...
Mainstream. Refusing to return to porn, Linda Lovelace slipped angrily into oblivion.
Linda thrived on celebrity. Linda thrived on the attention. She had illusions of grandeur that she could move on to mainstream success. She made a sequel to Deep Throat. It was a mess. She made a mainstream film, R-rated, Linda Lovelace for President in 1975, but it was a gigantic flop.
Linda Lovelace for president?
When Linda was shooting...
Linda had illusions that she had celebrity that went beyond her trick. And this was totally an illusion.
It just wasn't going to be possible for her to maintain her stardom as a mainstream performer, even though it would have been much more lucrative for her if she had.
She eventually met a plasterer and fell in love with him, and they got married.
Larry Marciano was a friend of Linda's when she had her boutique. They wound up going on public assistance when Larry wasn't employed doing construction work. When people knew that he was dating Linda Lovelace, the porn star, guys that he was with would give him a hard time. He stuck up for her, and it cost him a couple of jobs.
It was just a tough time. You couldn't use food stamps for soap, shampoo, toilet paper. Now, those are essentials in life. You know, I don't care how broke you are, there's no reason you can't be clean. So you'd go down and re-register, you'd swipe with the roll of toilet paper. Wow, here's some soap. You know, and I think that's terrible.
In the late 1970s, Linda Lovelace, Linda Borman, Linda Marciano, she was now known as she was married, connected with Mike McGrady, this very cynical Newsday columnist. He shaped this tremendous mythology of Linda as the ultimate victim of the porn industry. And Gloria Steinem heard about this news story. Steinem said, aha, Linda Lovelace, the biggest porn star ever, has turned against the industry.
Around the, I guess it was late, because she did some over-the-top stuff.
She symbolized this sexual revolution that was sweeping America. And so if she'd been forced or coerced or tricked into doing what she was doing, this was the greatest argument to bring to bear against the porn industry.
She had started to speak out against pornography and not afraid to say what people were doing back then.
The book comes out in 1980. They concoct this ordeal which shows Linda as being the puppet of Chuck Traynor and of an evil pornography industry.
That's why I thought it was funny. To me, it was just, I didn't even think anybody...
She started spiraling downward. She started making a living off welfare. She was supported by welfare for much of the next 20 years.
Lovelace lives in controversy to this day.
Around the time that Linda published her fourth book about herself, Out of Bondage, she was having severe health trouble. She blamed it on her car accident in 1969.
Ironically, the blood transfusion that saved my...
After Linda Lovelace, Chuck Traynor moved on to perhaps the biggest porn star of all time. If it's not Linda, it's Marilyn Chambers, who starred in Behind the Green Door in 1972 and was still making porn films in 1999. And eventually they divorced, but they remained very good friends, and Chuck moved on to the new love of his life. Linda Lovelace today remains a troubled soul. There are so many rumors about her, from breast cancer troubles to, of course, her transplant. She's been fired from jobs, divorce. That's Linda Lovelace. She's the poster child for victimhood.
I do believe her story. I think it's such an unusual